You're listening to Radio Kidnappers, the voice of Hawke's Bay, and this is...
the exceedingly gorgeous and amazing, wonderful world of Wardini books.
My God, imagine how long it's going to be by the end of the year.
Yeah, let's keep going.
How awesome
I only just remembered that I was supposed to do it.
My pleasure, as always, to have you in the studio, Lou. You been well?
Yeah, really well, thank you.
Yeah, and you've been busy as well, I know. Now you've got two stores, one in Napier and one in...
Havelock North.
The home of good books in the Bay, Wardini Books. I've got three more fabulous books to talk about today, and the first one is My Mum is Queen of the Road.
And I didn't do this deliberately, but they're all Kiwi books again.
Great.
Yeah, so I just picked out the things that are amazing. I love this book, My Mum is Queen of the Road. It's by Jennifer Beck, illustrated by Lisa Allen. And you can tell that she's a stop-go lady right from the front there. And there's two little kids, Ari and Isabella, playing in the sandpit there. Playing trucks and cars and things, as kids do all the time in, roadworks. Let's make a new road, Ari said, and they searched among the toys in the sandpit. I'm going to be a bulldozer driver, said Isabella. I'm the truck driver, like my dad, said Ari. He's helping fix the road out of town, and so is my mum, he added. And then you learn, Isabella asks questions, what does she do? She holds up her red sign and all the traffic has to stop. My dad calls her Queen of the Road. And she's like, so she's a queen. Does she have a shiny car? No, but, we have this. And we go out in this car and we do this. Does your mum talk on TV like this queen? It's all different queens as well. Everyone's got an image of a queen in their head, I suppose, haven't they? And for me, it would just instantly be Elizabeth II because I grew up in England. But no, she doesn't talk on the TV. She talks on a two-way radio. Way cooler. And on we go. Do kids give your mum flowers? And there's another queen being given flowers. Pacific Island queen, I would presume. No, but she picks puha by the side of the road and we can eat that, so that's even better. Does she wear fancy clothes? No. Does she... what's one of the good bits? They're all good. But does your mum have a throne like a queen? And I didn't know you could do this. No, but sometimes she turns a road cone upside down and sits on that.
I didn't know you could do that either, yeah.
That seems a bit precarious to me. But Ari's mum's doing it with style. She doesn't have corgis, but they have their curry at home, and that's more fun. You can play hoon around in the garden like that. And it's just... there's a beautiful queen. Look at that queen. At that. An African
Look at
queen.
Cool head.
Yeah. And it just goes through, and the kids just pass this out, and it's such a... I love this. Why is your mum a queen then? When my mum holds up her green go sign, lots of people cheer and wave. And just like a queen, she waves back.
It is so true, that book,
isn't that just gorgeous? And I love they've taken a perfectly ordinary job that lots and lots of people do and just turned it into something so special, because that woman is the queen to her family and her friends, and she's essential, just like a royalty would be. A very
powerful person.
Yeah, a very powerful person, and great illustrations, just colourful and a real slice of Kiwi life.
We always wave to the person with the stop gun, we say.
Yeah, absolutely. I always wave out.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I love it when you get a wave back too. I mean, I suppose sometimes it might get a bit boring.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or if they just get really sick of waving at everybody.
Yeah. They could sort of dance, couldn't they?
Yeah, I'm sure that I've seen all sorts of different stop-go people. They have fun with it.
Yeah, too right. Tell us about the Lighthouse Contact.
Yeah, look at this for illustration as well. So this is by Susan Wardell, and the illustrations are by Rose Northey. And this book won the Storylines Gavin Bishop Award. It was the winner chicken dinner.
That is a great cover.
Isn't it beautiful? And there's a wee girl that lives in the lighthouse. The princess lived in a tower by the sea. And she lives there all by herself. She wasn't sad and she wasn't stuck. Okay, let's get out of the way. She's just living in the lighthouse, having a marvellous time. She goes fishing, she builds things, she keeps the ship safe at night, because that's what lighthouses do. And she swims, and she's got all these creatures that keep her company. And she wasn't lonely, except maybe sometimes a little tiny bit.
Yes.
She would like to have another human friend.
Yes.
A big storm whips up, Ken. Storms are coming, and they see a little fishing boat coming closer and closer and closer. And what happens with this young woman, this little girl? She's queen of the sea, so she goes down and she rescues the person that's trapped in the storm. And he says to her, do you need rescuing? And she's like, no. I just saved you, dude. But she does rescue him and she makes him better. Do you want to go and visit this tower and sit by that log fire?
That'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
That's very idyllic. It's sort of a fantasy, isn't it? Sort of getting to live in a lighthouse and be...
And the storm's raging outside, and you're safe inside, and the birds come in, and the seals. What is that little penguin?
You go fishing and catch a snapper and have some chips with it. Yum.
Look, the penguin's in the bath.
Yeah.
So they just hang out. They hang out for a bit, and they play, and she's got human company for a bit, and life goes on, but there's more of it for her. And so they do all the things that she did by herself, but then she does them with another person.
Yes, life's changed.
Life has changed,
yes.
And it's about friendship and connection with that other person. And eventually, he says, thanks for saving me. I see why you like it here. And she says, would you like to stay? And they just kind of tootle along.
And they stay. I thought it was going to have a sad ending. I thought he was going to get in his boat and say, see you later, sayonara. No, he didn't.
Go back to my seals and my penguins. But no. And they weren't lonely either.
No.
See? Yeah, I just think that is the most beautiful thing. It's a proper story where the author has done exactly what they want and got it completely right. That's a princess in a tower. She doesn't need rescuing, thanks. She's perfectly fine. But if you let other people into your heart and your life, then life is richer for it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's good the way that you drilled down into that and came out with the real meaning behind it.
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't bother with that.
Well, you can just read it because it's a cool story.
Absolutely right. And some fabulous pictures in it. But yeah, happy ending. I love those happy endings.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the next book, Dead Man's Axe.
I think you would enjoy this because you're into your music, aren't you?
Guitar.
Yeah. So the axe.
That's a nickname for a guitar, isn't it?
The axe in question.
That's right.
Is a guitar. So this is by Bing Turkby. Wonderful name. It is a pseudonym, I believe.
Yes.
And Bing is a musician and a writer from Palmerston North. And in Dead Man's Axe, this is the first of the guitar store mysteries. And so we're in Rockingham West, fictional New Zealand town, possibly based on Palmerston North. What do you reckon?
Good possibility.
And we're at the Pick Me guitar store, where Dana is the proprietor, and she's an excellent musician and a teacher, guitar teacher, and she's quite funky and punky, and young Brody works with her. He's full-time. I don't know if he works full-time, but he's there full-time.
Yeah.
You know, he just kind of noodles around, talks to the customers, which is very valuable, obviously. And what happens is there's a really good guitar teacher in town called Gene Stevens, really good. Got a reputation for being quite a grumpy teacher. I think he's a lawyer or something as well. So he's got this big old house and everyone goes up to his house and, you know, has their guitar lessons. So Diana's a little bit jealous of him, a little bit, but she understands that he is an excellent musician and an excellent teacher. But he's found dead in his house and he's had his head stoved in with his own very expensive guitar, which is still sat there in the room.
So it's
Nothing's been stolen.
Yeah, not an axe sticking out of his head.
No.
No. So a murder mystery, and it's about to unfold.
It is. So Diana sees a picture on the front page of the local paper that's been leaked to the paper. It's the murder scene. I don't think it's got the blood and the gore and the body in it, but the guitar's in the corner, and she looks at it and she sees something off about this guitar. So she gets in touch with the police and she inserts herself into the police investigation, and they'd rather not have her. They're doing quite well by themselves, but also then they figure out actually they do need her. So she and Brody get involved in this investigation. And there's a bit of a subplot there as well that Diana's brother was a very famous New Zealand musician, and people just look at her and think, oh, this guy's Zach's sister. You know, she's never just Diana, the good musician. She's Zach's sister, the dead guy's sister. I think his name was Zach. I hope I haven't got that wrong. So it's funny, though. So Bing's got this real light tone to it, so it's probably what you'd call one of those cozy mysteries. So there's not so much good blood and gore on the page. A lot of the sort of unsavoury things happen off the page, and you just learn about them as the protagonists do. And Diana's got a cat called Paws McCartney. He kind of gets in the way a little bit.
I love it.
So it's just a really good, easy read, nice cozy. It's got mystery, it's got the murder, but it's not got all the horrible bits to it, and it's got a really sharp sense of humour. Yeah.
And you said it's the number one book. Is it? So there's a whole series of them coming, is it?
I believe so. So this is the first one. There aren't any more out at the moment, but I think Diana's going to have more adventures through the guitar store.
Who's going to read it?
I think it would really, really appeal to any musos, because the musical detail with Bing being a musician himself is absolutely spot on. And if you're into your guitars, the nerd detail, the level of detail is really accurate and intriguing, you know.
And what about the crime side of it? Is that sort of accurate as well, with the the police coming in and the CSI coming in? Is that all part and parcel?
It's not so much focused on. So the police officers are in it, but they're almost there for comic relief.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So if you're looking for something where the police procedure is completely 100% accurate, this might not be your book. But the music stuff and the plotting is great. You know, it's really entertaining.
Out of 10?
I haven't thought that far through, because it's not really, it's kind of a genre all of its own.
Yes.
So yeah, it'd be a good 8, 9 out of 10 for a cosy murder in New Zealand.
Sounds like it might make a good weekly TV series too.
Really fun. You know, like we've got, what's our version of Midsummer Murders? What's that really good one?
Oh yeah, I know that, yeah.
Brokenwood Mysteries.
Yes, I like those.
It would actually fit just nicely as a TV series like that. It'd be great.
If we want any of these fabulous books we've just talked about, where are they?
Yeah, come on down to Wardini Books. We'll sort you out.